Hey everybody, so in this video I'm going to teach you how to make an explosion transition using motion. So as far as I know, this one isn't included or anything, and I kind of needed something like it for a project. First we'll do a quick demo of what it's going to look like. So I've just got a simple project, 2 pictures with a transition between them, and we'll play it so you can see what we're going to make. Boom. So that's it, pretty simple. So you're going to need a couple of assets for this project. There are multiple ways to do it, but the way I used was I got an explosion video. I just searched YouTube for this, and there's a guy who actually had a link to download one. That'll be in the video description. So if you want to use the exact same video I did, you can download that and pull it in your project. And I also got a grenade explosion sound that I'm going to use as well. The link for that is in the description too. So let's get started. So open up Motion. We'll make a new Final Cut transition. Duration and everything we can leave for now, but we'll be adjusting that later. So click Open. So the first thing we should do is pull in our assets for this. So go into there, and we just need the video right here. So I'll give it a quick play just to make sure everything's working. Good. First, let's drag our transition A and B on top of each other. So this is transition A is the video before the transition, and B is the video after, and we're going to mix them together with the explosion on top. So now you'll probably notice our explosion is over black. That means we can't see the video behind, and it looks super bad if you just have a black explosion kind of between your video. So to fix that, click your video layer, go up to your properties mode, and then blending, put the blend mode to lighten. Now if we play, you can see the explosion appears over top of our video. Good. I'm just actually going to zoom out here so we can see everything. Going to play it again. Now that looks really small, so I'm going to scale up my explosion just so that it fits the whole screen, so we can't really see what's happening behind it. Just gonna maybe move it over a bit as well. Maybe give it a rotate. I'm just trying to cover the greatest area I can of the video frame, just so it kind of hides everything that's happening behind it. So that should do for now. If you're doing this on your own, you're gonna, of course, want to play around with it a bunch to get it perfect. So now that we've got the explosion and it kind of covers over the whole video, what we'll do is kind of just chop our clip so that it's nice and short. So I'm just going to drag my video down a bit. Boom. Might even make it a bit shorter. That'll do. So now I'm going to start animating my transitions. So bring up your keyframe palette here. We're going to start with transition A. So what we want this one to do is stay at 100% opacity and then fade down to 0. So we're going to make sure we're in properties. Opacity is at 100. Now we're going to drag to about, let's say, 30 frames. Hit your keyframe record button, drag your opacity down to 0, and then head over to the end, or you can just double click here and make it stay at 0. Awesome. And for B, we're going to kind of do the opposite. So you want to, at the start of your video, get your opacity 0, head up to 30 frames, keyframe, opacity up to 100, then double click so it stays. Beauty. I'll head back to the front and play and see what happens. Not bad. So I can kind of see it transition up around these corners. So I could fix that a bunch of ways. I could move my explosion so it covers it more, or I think what I'm going to do is just play around with the timing a little. So I'm going to get transition B. I'm going to pull it up quicker. So we'll leave that how it is for now. So we're going to pull down our total project length. So with my project selected up here, I'm just going to bring my duration down to like 3 seconds. Actually, maybe I'll go a little lower even. 2.8. Boom. And I'm going to save this, and we'll bring it into Final Cut and kind of try it on some video to see how it looks, and then we can tweak it from there. I'm just going to include everything. Theme, that's fine. YouTube tutorial, good. So you preview, publish. So that's going to send it into Final Cut. And then we'll stick it between our video and see how it looks. Let's go into Final Cut here. I'm just going to delete my current one and the sound as well. So transitions, YouTube tutorial. Let's drag it between and hit spacebar to play. And that's not bad. So you can see we get this black point here. So the reason that is happening is because in motion we've got this empty space at the end of our project. So to fix that, I'm just gonna head up to project again and bring my duration down a little more, say 2.6. Go even less actually, 2.3. And how many frames? Got 4 frames, so I might be able to stretch it to 2.2, 2.1. So I'm just kind of getting it to fit. Boom. So let's just save that, and we'll head into Final Cut again. Just delete it and bring it in again to make sure it's kind of all new and good to go. And I can just trim the length a little. Boom. Now we don't get any black point, and we get a nice smooth transition. So that's pretty much it. In motion, you're going to want to tweak some stuff. You can tweak the length and play around a lot with exactly how transition A and transition B fade in, because that's going to really enhance the smoothness of the transition. Just for the sake of time, I'm not going through kind of the whole process of optimizing it and making sure it's perfect. So definitely when you're doing this on your own, play around with exactly the fade in and fade out points, because that's going to make a big difference in how it looks. You'll notice the example at the start of the video probably looks a little better than the one I just made here. That's because I played around with it for, a few minutes to get it perfect. Just the last thing to finish off the transition, I'm going to bring in my sound effect. Now I got this off Sound Bible. The link will be in the description. So I'm just going to drag it and then boom. And I can actually, I'll just shorten that up because I don't need the rest of the sound. Boom. So there, that's it. Explosion transition using Motion and Final Cut Pro. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit me up in the comments for any other tutorials you want to see with Photoshop or Motion or Final Cut, anything like that. I'd be happy to make stuff for you. Thanks for watching.